Let us be completely honest with each other right now. Have you ever stood in front of your bedroom mirror, pulling at your shirt, wondering why your body feels like it is working against you? You try to do everything right. You order the salad when everyone else orders burgers. You track your steps. You force yourself to drink water when you really just want a soda. But when you step on the bathroom scale, the number just stares back at you, completely frozen. Or worse, it actually goes up. Meanwhile, you probably have that one friend or coworker who seems to eat absolutely whatever they want. They bring donuts to the office, they eat pasta for lunch, and their jeans always fit perfectly. It feels incredibly unfair, does it not? Flat 2D vector illustration, sticker art style, extremely thick, bold black outlines, a sad, deflated human brain with a battery meter flashing red on 0%. Surrounding the brain are floating words like willpower, diet, and guilt. Audio script. When this happens week after week, you start to tell yourself a very specific story. You start to believe that your metabolism is just broken. You tell yourself that maybe you are just getting older, or maybe you just do not have enough willpower or discipline. You start to believe that you are destined to just feel heavy, sluggish, and uncomfortable in your own skin. I need you to listen to me very carefully right now, because what I am about to tell you changes everything. Your metabolism is not broken. Your body is not broken. And your weight has absolutely nothing to do with your willpower. You are not failing because you lack discipline. You are struggling because your body's internal clock is running on the wrong time zone. And you are unknowingly fighting a biological war against your own hormones every single morning. What if I told you that weight loss is not about eating like a rabbit? What if I told you that calorie counting is actually the least important part of the puzzle? There is a tiny, almost invisible adjustment you can make tomorrow morning. It has nothing to do with starving yourself. It is all about the exact timing of one single powerful hormone in your body. It is an incredibly simple biological trick, but almost 99% of people get it completely wrong while they are stumbling into the kitchen for their morning coffee. Once you understand what is actually happening inside your bloodstream during the first 60 minutes of your day, you will never look at your morning routine the same way again. I promise you, by the end of this video, you will have the exact blueprint to turn your body into a fat-burning machine without giving up the foods you actually love. Let us dive deep into the science of what is really keeping that belly fat locked away, and exactly how we are going to unlock it today. Imagine it is 5:30 in the morning. You are fast asleep, totally relaxed, dreaming away. You are completely unaware of what is happening under the surface. But inside your body, an entire biological factory is already clocking in for the morning shift. To understand why your body holds on to stubborn belly fat, we have to look at what happens before you even open your eyes. Long before your alarm clock rings, your brain, which is the demanding CEO of your body, realizes it needs fuel to wake you up. So, it sends out a chemical messenger, a stress hormone called cortisol. Think of cortisol as the loud, bossy morning manager of your body. Cortisol marches over to your liver, blows the whistle, and says, "Wake up! We need to get this human out of bed." Your liver is a very loyal worker. It immediately responds by taking its stored energy and dumping pure sugar directly into your bloodstream. This is entirely natural. It is an evolutionary survival mechanism called the dawn effect. Mother Nature is literally giving you a free shot of biological espresso to start your day, so you have the energy to hunt, gather, or in our case, drive to work. But right here is where the science gets fascinating, and where your weight loss journey usually hits a massive brick wall. Because all that sugar is now flowing freely through your blood, your brain wants first dibs. It needs that energy to make you alert and focused. So, to make sure the brain gets all the fuel it needs, your body does something incredibly clever, but highly frustrating for your waistline. It makes your muscles and your body fat temporarily blind to that sugar. In the medical world, doctors call this temporary insulin resistance. But in plain English, it just means your muscles and fat cells are temporarily locked out of the morning energy buffet. And this brings us to the most important character in your entire weight loss story, Insulin. I want you to picture insulin as a massive, heavy-duty security guard. His main job is to escort sugar out of your blood and safely into your cells. But this security guard has a second hidden job that the diet industry rarely talks about. As long as insulin is awake, patrolling the hallways of your bloodstream, the heavy steel doors to your fat reserves are locked up tight. Let me repeat that because it is the golden rule of weight loss. When insulin is high, fat burning is completely, 100% shut down. It is biochemically impossible to burn body fat while this security guard is on duty. And sadly, right when you wake up, because of that natural sugar dump from your liver, this security guard is already wide awake, highly sensitive, and ready to lock your fat cells away. Now that you know your body is already filled with sugar and stress hormones before you even wake up, we need to talk about what happens next. Because this is exactly where 99% of people accidentally sabotage their entire day of fat burning. It actually starts the night before. Let us say you had a rough night. You tossed and turned, maybe you were stressed about work, or you just could not fall asleep. When you wake up tired, your body is already at a massive disadvantage. A bad night of sleep makes your cells even more resistant to insulin. Your body is practically begging for a break. But what is the very first thing most of us do when we wake up feeling like a zombie? We stumble into the kitchen and we pour ourselves a giant cup of coffee. Do not get me wrong, I love coffee. But we need to look at the chemistry. That caffeine hits your system and immediately pushes your cortisol levels even higher. Now you have the natural dawn effect sugar in your blood, plus a massive spike in stress hormones from the caffeine. Your biological factory is running hot, and right at this exact moment, when your body is in a highly sensitive, stressed state, you do the one thing the diet industry told you to do. You eat a healthy breakfast. You sit down and eat a bowl of organic oatmeal, or maybe a banana, a slice of whole wheat toast, or a healthy smoothie. You think you are doing the right thing. You are being disciplined. But inside your bloodstream, an absolute disaster is unfolding. Because your cells are temporarily locked out by that morning cortisol, your body does not know what to do with all those new carbohydrates you just ate. The sugar from your breakfast has nowhere to go. It just builds up in your blood. Your brain senses this danger and hits the panic button. It screams at your pancreas to send help immediately. Your pancreas responds by pumping out a massive, unnatural flood of insulin. Remember our strict security guard? Now, there is not just one guard, there is an entire army of them. They aggressively push the sugar into your cells, and while they do that, they completely lock down your body fat. They throw heavy chains and padlocks over your fat reserves. Your body instantly switches from a natural burning mode into an aggressive storing mode. Because that army of insulin did its job too well, your blood sugar rapidly crashes back down. Fast forward 2 hours. It is now 10 o'clock in the morning. You are sitting at your desk, and suddenly, it hits you. The brain fog, the exhaustion, and the overwhelming, desperate craving for something sweet. A cookie, another sugary coffee, a pastry. You feel guilty. You think you have no self-control. You think you are weak. But listen to me. It is not your fault. It is not a lack of willpower. It is pure chemistry. You just accidentally forced your hormones to crash. And every time you reach for that mid-morning snack to feel better, you are just keeping those fat-burning doors locked tight for the rest of the day. So, how do we fix this? How do we stop this exhausting chemical roller coaster that leaves you feeling drained and guilty by mid-morning? Take a deep breath, because the solution is shockingly simple. You do not need to lock your refrigerator. You do not need to buy expensive, miserable diet shakes. And you certainly do not need to run on a treadmill for 2 hours a day. You just need to stop fighting your own biology. We are going to gently shift your schedule so that you are working with your body's natural rhythm instead of constantly battling against it. I call this the 3-2-1 rescue formula. It is a set of 3 simple timing rules that will completely transform how your body handles food. Let us break it down. Rule number 1. Delay your first bite of food for 90 to 120 minutes after you wake up. I know this might sound a little scary if you are used to eating the moment your feet hit the floor. But remember what is happening inside your biological factory. Your cortisol manager is yelling, and your blood is already full of natural energy from the dawn effect. If you just give your body an hour and a half to 2 hours, that initial morning stress begins to fade. The engine cools down, your hormones balance out. During this waiting period, hydrate yourself. Drink a big glass of water. Have your morning coffee or tea, but keep it strictly black. No sugar, no milk, no cream. Just let your body naturally clear out that morning sugar dump before you introduce anything new. Rule number 2. Make your first meal entirely about protein and healthy fats. When you finally do break your fast, you must keep the carbohydrates off your plate. Remember, carbs are the trigger that sends your pancreas into a total panic. Instead, give your body something it can use for slow, steady energy without waking up that massive army of insulin security guards. Eat eggs. Have some natural, unsweetened yogurt. Grab a handful of almonds or walnuts. Enjoy some avocado. These foods keep your blood sugar completely flat. They keep you full for hours. But what about the carbs? What about the bread, the rice, the pasta, and the fruit? You are not giving them up. You are simply rescheduling them. Save your carbohydrates for lunchtime or the late afternoon. By that time, your muscles have actually been moving. They are awake and they are begging for energy. When you eat carbs later in the day, your body uses them as fuel instead of locking them away as fat. Rule number 3. Protect your fat-burning sleep window by closing the kitchen 3 hours before you go to bed. This is non-negotiable. If you eat a late-night snack, even a small one, you are calling the insulin security guard back into work for the night shift. As long as he is patrolling your bloodstream while you sleep, your body cannot burn fat. Period. Your metabolism needs a break to repair your cells, balance your hormones, and finally tap into those stored fat reserves. Give yourself a solid 3 hours of zero food before your head hits the pillow, and you will turn your 8 hours of sleep into 8 hours of pure fat burning. 3 simple rules. Delay the morning meal. Prioritize protein first, and close the kitchen early. I need to be completely honest with you. Whenever you change a habit, your body is going to ask a few questions. For years, your biological factory has been running on a chaotic schedule, dealing with morning sugar spikes and constant insulin crashes. So when you start using the 3-2-1 rescue formula, the first few days might feel a little bit strange. Your body is learning a brand new rhythm. But do not panic. I'm going to walk you through exactly what you might feel and exactly how to handle it so you do not give up right before the magic happens. First, let us talk about morning hunger. Around day 2 or day 3, you might wake up and feel incredibly, intensely hungry. Your stomach might be growling loudly before you even get out of bed. Your first instinct might be to think, "Oh no, I am starving. This is not working." But listen to me carefully. This is actually a massive victory. That intense hunger means your metabolism is finally waking up. Your engine is turning on. Your body is looking for fuel, and because you are not feeding it sugar right away, it is getting ready to tap into your fat stores. To bridge the gap and calm that feeling, just drink a large glass of water with a tiny pinch of sea salt. Or brew a nice cup of black tea. The hunger will pass, I promise you. Now, what happens if you successfully wait, you eat your first meal, but an hour later, you feel like you need a nap? You feel heavy, sluggish, and you lose your focus. Do not ignore this. Your body is sending you a very clear message. It is telling you that you accidentally ate too many carbohydrates too early in the day. Take a look at what you ate. Did a piece of toast sneak in? Was there a lot of fruit? Remember, early in the day, your muscles do not need that fast energy yet. So if you feel a crash after your first meal, it means that insulin security guard had to rush out and do his job. Tomorrow, just push those carbs further back into the afternoon and stick strictly to protein and fats for that first meal. You will notice the difference immediately. Finally, let us talk about the nighttime. What if you lie down in bed, you are exhausted, but you just cannot fall asleep? You toss and turn, your mind is racing, and maybe your body even feels a little bit warm. This is a classic, undeniable sign that your last meal of the day was either too heavy or way too close to your bedtime. Remember rule number 3? If you eat right before bed, your digestive system has to work overtime, and your insulin stays elevated. Your body cannot cool down and enter a deep, restorative sleep while it is busy processing food. If this happens, simply close the kitchen an hour earlier the next night. Keep your dinner a little bit lighter. Your sleep quality will improve dramatically, and your body will finally be able to burn fat while you dream. When you finally master this rhythm, everything changes. Those brutal mid-morning crashes, they are gone. The desperate cravings for sugar at your office desk, they completely vanish. You are no longer white-knuckling your way through the day, fighting a miserable war against your own biology. Weight loss stops feeling like a punishment. It just becomes a natural, effortless side effect of a body that is finally allowed to work the exact way it was designed to. You do not need expensive supplements or magic pills. You just needed to give your body a little bit of patience and the right timing. But now that you have fixed your daily rhythm, you might be wondering something incredibly exciting. If giving your insulin a break for just a couple of hours every morning can create this much energy and burn this much fat, what would happen if we took it to the absolute next level? What if we gave that strict security guard a complete vacation for an entire 36 hours? It might sound a little bit intimidating at first, but that specific time frame unlocks a hidden superpower inside your body. It triggers a deep biological cleaning process called autophagy. During this time, your body literally starts hunting down old, damaged cells, sweeping up the garbage and recycling it into pure energy. It is the ultimate anti-aging and fat-burning reset. In the video on your screen right now, I'm going to break down exactly, hour by hour, what happens inside your bloodstream during a 36-hour fast. You will be absolutely amazed at what your body is capable of healing all on its own. Click that video right now and let us uncover the cellular magic of autophagy together. I will see you over there.